So the job that you think I'm going to speak about, I passed the exam 15 years ago, so they may not be very relevant. None of you had a smartphone 15 years ago. Uncle Benjamin, did you have smartphone 15 years ago? No. So 15 years from now, things will change so much. 5 years from now, things will change so much. That's why I would like to today speak on something which is a very, very different line of job, and which I would like to say is the job of the future. The possibility of me applying for a World Bank job, but because of the situation, I may not be able to move this and that. I just found out that the type of job that they are in is the job of the future.
Overthinking, overwhelming while preparing for UPSC? If yes, what reasons do you give yourself to keep going forward?
Nice question.
What are you doing?
Preparing for UPSC.
Okay. How many hours are you studying? Oh, okay. If you're doing coaching, fine. How many hours of coaching plus? Okay, leave that coaching time. How many hours are you studying at least?
Skipping the coaching hours, 4 hours.
That's very good. I think you will surely make it. So, yes, preparing for this exam has been, I would say, the test of human perseverance. This exam is not the toughest exam in the world. Okay, they ask very simple questions. They ask what's the longest river in Manipur. Like, not tough, right? But it requires your attention, detailed. If I ask you, name 4 rivers in India, anyone can say, Yamuna, Ganga, Satluj, all of these. But if they tell you, please arrange these rivers in orders of the land, okay? Starting from the longest to the shortest, becomes even more difficult, correct? So, UPSC requires your detailed attention. That's why it becomes little critical. First thing. Second thing, it tests you to your limits. I don't actually so much believe in those people saying that, I did not do coaching, I cracked it in the first attempt. Okay, they may be genius, brilliant, but it doesn't happen for so many people. For people like me, I thought I've done pretty well in school, colleges, studied from this and that, but still then, I had to write 3 times. Okay? 3 attempts from 2005 June onward till 2009 April. I had to really study hard. When I say study hard, even while going to church, in between the seats of the Bible, I will have some of the important datas, And of course, not to upset any pastors, but if the sermons are boring, I end up learning the Bibles. To such an extent that, even if you go to toilet, you take the newspapers along and study. How all of this come about? There is something called motivation. This motivation has to be really strong, that nothing in this world can take you away. The first thing I used to have, when I wake up in the morning, right 90 degree, when I wake up from my bed, first thing, there's something written on my wall, I don't want to tell you what is that. I have to re-motivate myself again and over again. Maybe I've come from a very difficult place where there was no road, electricity, difficult place, so I wanted to change those places. So those are some of the motivations that has been the reason that carries me along. That gave me reasons to study 8 hours, 10 hours. Sometimes I used to tell my siblings that I study so much that I can smell my brain. Just a joke, but don't marry so fast when you become successful. I really want to tell them, but a lot of people have a lot of assumptions on that, so I could never dare to tell. But since all of you are my brothers and sisters, I want to advise you strongly this. See, as a kid growing up, I have built a lot of castle in the air. I wanted to do this, do that when I'm successful. I never imagined that the day I'm successful, I'll marry, not that. You know, I wanted to build roads, I wanted to do this to my people, I wanted to help this and that. The moment you're successful, you want to start realizing those dreams that you have been dreaming. Okay? Suddenly, if you get married, your priority changes. I have seen many of my friends who have to decide on their posting because of their marriage circumstances. 1 year down the line, they have kids. Everything have to change because of that. Thank God, I married 10 years after I got into the IS. You know, at 23, I made it to the IS. 24, I made it to the IS. At 34, I got married. So in this 10 years of my work, where I could work 14 hours a day, sleep 3 hours sometimes, you know, I'm not saying I've achieved a lot in life, but a little bit of whatever I have been able to do and accomplish so far, thank God, I was able to give my 110%. You know, there are times when I would tour my whole area, even forgetting to eat food. No one bothers so much. No one calls up, you know. My mom and, you know, siblings know that I'm out safe. Imagine had I been married. My wife would like, when are you coming? When are you back? Where are you? You know, no botheration. I live a good, successful bachelor's life. I enjoyed a lot. I toured Europe, solo backpack. Just spent 1.5 lakh for 15 days. I don't think that's so much. That's just like what? 1 month salary that time. I don't mind sleeping on a bunk bed, 10 euros a night. Switch off my phone for a whole 15 days. No one cares about her. Imagine if you were married. Your wife would never allow you to do that. So, my advice to young people, irrespective of your professions, be it boys or girls, be successful for some time. You should be chased after by some, you know, people for some time. The moment you are successful, you are just caught up by someone else, you are losing the hopes of so many people. I remained in limelight for quite some time. I enjoyed that. So, my advice to all of you, the aspirants, irrespective of the field that you are in, I think this is something that is very important. Especially not from the last point of view, but from the first point of view. You know, you have built so many things as you were struggling. I want to do this, I want to do that once I'm successful. But if you go to the academy, training center, and suddenly you meet someone and get married, you know, everything starts changing. That from my personal experience, so just, I hope I answered part of your question.
Grace, I have also cleared multiple commission prelims and I'm looking for men's exam. So, among our Zaningrum community, till now, we have only 3 direct IAS who have cleared this, who has gotten the IAS. One in 1980s, 90s, and then you in 2009. From our community, it takes more than 10-15 years for a civil servant aspiring to get into the IAS. Sir, my question is, according to you, what is the most fundamental thing that our community civil servant aspiring is taking? And why does it take so long, more than 10-15 years, from our community who has more than 5-6 lakhs of population to get into the IAS?
So I have no answer to that. I myself keep checking. Because as I was seeing the cycle, every 14th year, one Zaningrum makes to the IS. 1983, that put 14 years, 1995. Okay, 3 circuit. 14 years, 2009, I cleared. So I was thinking that last year, one Telugu was surely clear. No matter what earth, heaven comes, no one can stop one Telugu from making it to the IS. That's what I was hoping, but no one cleared mains. No, I think one went, no one. So actually I have no answer to that. Frankly speaking, I have been dreaming and praying that someone should clear it every 5 years at least. But it has been a very difficult journey for many of us. See, it's not that good students are not writing. No, there are a lot of people who have better backgrounds than I am, better studies record than I have been. I don't know actually what is that missing. Okay, but one thing I have been able to decipher in many of the people who are writing civil services, the first thing that I was saying, the motivation to carry on dies down after first, second attempt. You know what? When I did not clear my first attempt, I shave off my hair. Saying that okay, next 3 months, nothing doing, I'll not go outside. Second attempt, I did not make it to the IS. So I told my cousin brother who was cooking for me, they'll cut my hair in any fashion so that I don't go out again. Okay? So I think motivation, the zeal to carry on should be there. That's from the preparation part. The third part, which is very important, is the interview. Okay? Suppose if 2 people have the same, if 10 people have the same total mark, have you ever imagined the first ranker and the last ranker, 900 rank, will have a mark difference of only about 200, 300 marks. How do they distribute this 900 or 1000 ranks? Have you ever wondered? The first priority is, of course, UPSC is always unpredictable, as Subham said, but it's always the interview question that is given the maximum priority. I think many of us, when they face interview, they score not so high. One thing is, we do not have confidence. You should be able to tell those people who are double or triple your age, those 5 interview people that, okay, your time is gone, I'm here to replace all of you, So you ask me anything, I'll be able to smartly answer all of you. You need to go with that confidence. Thank God, I scored highest in my batch in the interview. I scored 225 on 300 in the interview. So when they first asked me, Armstrong, like the chairman was so blunt, Armstrong, you're already in the IRS. Why are you here to write why are you here again? Look at him, 65 years old, very good friend of Abdul Kalam, same hairstyle as Abdul Kalam, K. Bala Guru Swami, former vice chancellors of Anna University, very well known. Like, sir, I'm writing this exam again. It's not only because I want it, nor my family wants it. I'm writing this exam because my people needs it. My people needs an IAS officer. At this time, right now, there are more than 3 lakh people from my community waiting that this interview goes well. They're waiting in anticipation that my interview goes well so that I make it to the IAS. But chairman was like, wow, how will you work for your people if you're posted in Tamil Nadu? Because he's from Tamil Nadu. So I got a ready-made answer, And in fact, this thing came when my brother Jeremiah was driving on his Maruti 800, well, dropping me. Like if they ask you, nothing to fear, you're already an IRS. So what, if you don't make it, I don't want IPS anyway. I don't want IFS. If you don't make it to IS, you already have IRS, man. Not a bad job. So take the extreme. So he asked me again, fine, how will you work for your people if you're posted in Tamil Nadu? Straight away, it's like God telling me, answer like this. Sir, the pain of poverty, hunger and thirst does not know any religion, does not know any areas. It's not defined by any boundaries. If you're poor people, people in hunger, people in thirst, people without shelters in Tamil Nadu, I'll be equally happy to work for them. You know what? Chairman stopped asking anything from them. So one scientist started asking me, IAC scientist, okay, Armstrong, you studied physics. Tell me this, okay? Started asking physics, thermodynamics. First law, second law, third law I know, okay? But fourth law, he started asking about solid state physics. Minus 180 degrees centigrade. Like, I don't remember, man. I studied 4 or 5 years ago. So you know what? The chairman said, no, I'm sure Armstrong knows. You know? I'm sure Armstrong knows. He must have just slipped this to me. So I knew that like he's gonna protect me. Then one more person asks again, what's your vision for India? If you make it to the IS. I said, sir, first, there are a lot of schemes in India already. I want to improvise on working that. I want to work on improvising that. Give an example. Say, sir, till I started preparing for UPSC, I never knew about free rice, free dal, free kerosene, public delivery system. It's so bad. I never knew about it. Actually, I did not know about it until I started studying. Then this fellow is from Andhra, okay? So he said, no, it is so successful in Andhra. How can it be a failure? How can you call it a failure? You know what the chairman said? It must be true in Manipur. You know? So he started protecting me so much. So I thought I'm making it for sure. Of course, to end it, as John keeps mentioning about the Word of God, I think making it to any other service, I think, of course, it's still the love of God. But making it to IAS assets, you know, is the plan of God. That I realized in my last attempt, in the last question of my last attempt, you know, in this attempt that I got. Because in my second attempt, my mains was so high. It's like 983 was the cutoff for 983 was the cutoff for general. I had 1010. Okay, my mains was so high. My interview, second attempt. You know what the first question was? The chairman asked me, "Who is the president of India?" Right? I'm here, man. I mean, I've cleared first level, second level. You know what? Behind her, the portrait of the president of India was also there. And she's asking me, who is the president of India? That's my second attempt. Asking me, what does he think of me? You know, does he think that I'm like a schoolboy or what? Asking me this. Then after 3 minutes, she left. She never came back. Okay, my interview went on for 30 more minutes without the chairman. I did not make it to such a good mark. I ended up getting only 160 something out of 300. I got into the revenue service. I used to question myself, how in the world did I not make it into the IAS that year? I just got less by 5 marks. My mains was so good, I prepared so well. Interview, the remaining board members, I answered them very well, okay, actually. I still did not make it. I took it to myself, maybe God wants me to be more mature. 23-year-old boy making an IAS would have been so proud, at least in my place. No, so my third attempt, I became more rationalized, you know, started understanding more. The last question was very tricky. Okay, I don't know if some of you might have heard this, but let me repeat it for the sake of, you know, God's glory and for those who might not have heard. The last guy was a psychologist. So he said, Armstrong, are you a Christian? Yes, sir, I'm a Christian. I'm born and brought up in a Christian environment, Christian family. So, okay, good. Now you're ready for, this is the last stage, last question. I'm the last member. You're to be inducted into civil service. You know what is Constitution of India? Obviously, sir, I know. Fine. You know Bible? Obviously, sir. I mean, I'm a Christian. Bible in one hand, Constitution of India on the other hand. You have to choose one and condemn the other. What is your option? What are you going to do? Bible in one hand, you have to, Constitution on the other hand, you have to pick up one and condemn the other. It's not easy, right? So like I said, sir, I will not pick up or condemn it. And he looked at me again. Oh no, Armstrong, you have to pick up one and condemn the other. Again, I looked at him like little lost at what to answer. Actually, it was quite tricky. So the last time he said, Armstrong, we do not have much time. We want your answer. You have to pick up one and condemn the other. The third time, I knew something is going to happen if I do not answer. You know, it can either break me or make me. So inside my heart, I was praying, okay, I'm going to answer this. Sir, I'm a Christian, no doubt. And that is one reason why I will not pick up Bible or condemn the Constitution. Why? Because even if I pick up the Bible, the Word of God says, man shall live by the gross of his sweat. And that's why you have to read the Bible also. Huh? So, man shall live by the gross of his sweat. If I am an IS officer, the salary, my bread and butter will come through my service. And if I pick up the Bible and still condemn the Constitution, means I'm disrespecting the source which is giving me bread and butter. So I will not pick up Bible nor condemn Constitution. Now if I pick up the Constitution of India and condemn the Bible, the Constitution Article 25 to 31 talks clearly about respect to all the religion. If I am picking up while condemning the Bible, it makes no sense. That's why I'm still on my option, on my answer that I'm not going to pick up nor condemn. And then like 5 of them like mouth open, including one lady. You know, like, I thought something is going to happen. Then this man stood up and said, Armstrong, young man, you know, we like your integrity. Maintain it throughout your career. So I thought, you know, I think I must have answered. Then the chairman stood up, gave me mithai, you know, sweets. Gave me sweets. Then I knew I have wound over their heart. The funny thing, I was trying to go out, the door was not opening. Okay, like I had to kick and then I opened. Like, okay, man, I don't think they will cut my mark father for kicking. So then after I came out from the door, I thought that, see, if I have to make it to the IS, I have to score 200 plus. If I score less than 200, it doesn't matter for me because I'll still be in the same service. So, coming back to your point, I think our people needs to be confident once you land up to that interview stage and be able to tell your story better, which many of us, just John was saying, we're even feeling shy to ask questions. I was telling Sylvia, she's so nervous, she said, "Right, come on, you write so beautiful." You know why I chose Sylvia and recommended her this job? There were like 10 other competitors. I was looking at her profile, the contents that she has written, like, I'm thinking like, yeah, I've been dealing with AI for quite some time now, but she knows a lot about AI. She knows a lot. But when you have to face the public, you got to do practice. Every morning I used to go in front of the mirror, take newspaper, read newspaper straight away for like what, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, look at myself. You know? So you got to do a lot of this practice. Of course, that's only for the interview stage. Meanwhile, focus on your prelims and you know, nothing is impossible, you'll still make it.